Good morning. Welcome back to our max class. In the previous class, we discussed another person and election math. Today, we will discuss the other person, how many in all, etc. Next topic is the other percent. 60% of the workers in a company are women. Then, what all things do we know from this statement? Then 60% can be written as 60 by 100 of the total number of workers are women. 60% of the total number of workers are women. Then 60 by 100 of the total number of workers are women. 60% can be written as 60 by 100. Then the percentage of men can be calculated using the percentage of women. Here we calculate the other percent. Here 60%. Out of 100, 60 are women. From this, men can be calculated. Then 100 minus 60, the remaining as 40. That is 40% is the percentage of men. 60% women, then the percent of men is 40%. Total 100. Then 100 minus 60, 40. 40% is the percent of men. This is the other percent. Other percent. 60% woman, then the other percent is 40%. This is the other percent. Then 40% can be written as 40 by 100. Then cut these 1 0. Then 4 divided by 2. 10 divided by 2, 5. 2 by 5. 2 by 5 of the workers are women. 2 by 5 of the workers are men. That is 40%. 40% of the men are 40% of the workers are men, or 2 by 5 of the workers are men. Like this, we can calculate the woman. That is, woman is 60%. 60% can be written as 60 by 100. Then cut this 1 0. 6 divided by 2, 3. And 10 divided by 2, 5. That is 3 by 5. 3 by 5. Then 3 by 5 of the workers are women, or 60% are women. And 2 by 5 of the workers are men, or 40% are men. Then 60% woman, then the other percent is 40%. Other percent can be calculated as 100 minus 60. Then we get 40%. 40% is the other percent of 60%. Another, there were 320 children in a sub-district camp for scout and guides. How many scouts were there? There are total number of children in the sub-district camp is 320. Then the percentage of guides is 55%. Rest as scout. Then find out the number of scouts in the camp. Percent of guides is 55%. We want to calculate the other percent, that is the percent of scout. The other percent can be calculated as 100 minus 55. Then 45%. Then percent of guides is 55%. Percent of scout is 45%. Then find out the number of scouts. The percentage of scouts is 45%. Then 45% of the total number of children. Then 45% can be written as 45 by 100 of total number of children is 320. Then 320 into 45 by 100. 32, we cut 1 0 here. Then 32 into 45 divided by 10. 32 into 45 is 1440 divided by 10. Cut this 0. Then 144. Then the number of scouts is 144. Next we will discuss the activities in the page number 141. There are 3 activities. The first activity, of the 420 children in a school, 5% did not come one day. How many came to school that day? Here total number of children is 420. 5% did not come one day. Percent of children did not come is given 5%. Then how many came to school that day? Here we want to calculate the number of children who came to school that day. Here 5% is the children who did not come one day. From this we can calculate the other person, that is the children who came to school that day. From that we can calculate the number of children who came to school. Percent of children did not come is 5%. Percent of children who came to school, that is the other percent of 5%. Other percent can be calculated as 100 minus 5, that is 95%. 95% children who came to school that day. Then find out number of children who came to the school that day. That is 95% of the total number of children. 95% can be written as 95 by 100. Then 95 by 100 of total number of children. Total number of children is 420. That is 420 into 95 by 100. Then cut this 1 0 0 and 0. Then 42 into 95. 42 into 95 was, we get a 3990 divided by 10. Again cut this 0. We get 399. Then so the number of children who came to school that day is 399 children. There are 280 plants in Sabu's garden. 70% of them are flowering, non-flowering. Here total number of plants is 280. 70% are flowering plants. From this we can calculate, we can find out the other percent, that is the percent of the non-flowering plants. Using the other percent we can calculate the number of non-flowering plants. Total number of plants 280. Number of flowering plants, that is percent is given 70%. Number of non-flowering plants, using this 70% we can calculate the percent of the non-flowering plants. That is the other percentage is to be find out. The other percent can be find out as 100 minus 70%. That is 30% is the percent of non-flowering plants. The number of non-flowering plants is the 30% of the total number of plants. 30% of total number of plants is 280. That is 30% of 280. 30% can be written as 30 by 100 into total number of plants is 280. Then cut 1 0 here and 1 0 here. 3 into 28, 84. Then 84 plants are non-flowering plants. Next question, there are 480 vehicles in a parking lot. Of these 45% are motorbikes and 4% are cars is given. there is a correction in the question. Instead of 4%, it correct as 40%. Then 40% are cars. The rest are minibuses. How many minibuses are there? Here total number of vehicles 480. Then percentage of motorbikes is 45%. Percent of car is 40%. Rest are minibuses. Then find out the number of minibuses are there. A total number of vehicles 480. Then find out the percent of minibuses. 100 minus the percent of motorbikes 45%. Percent of cars is 40%. Then adding 45 and 40. Then 85%. Then find out the other percent of 85%. That is the percent of minibuses. To find out the other percent, we subtract 85 from 100. Then 100 minus 85. 100 minus 85, that is 15. 15% is the percent of minibuses. Then first adding percent of motorbikes and percent of cars, we get 85%. Both of them are 85%. Then to find out the other percent is the percent of minibuses. To find out the other percent, subtract 85 from 100. Then 15%. 15% is the percent of minibuses. Then find out the number of minibuses. Number of minibuses is the 15% of the total number of vehicles. Then 15% is 15 by 100. 15 by 100 of total number of vehicle. Total number of vehicle is 480. That is 15 by 100 into 480. Then cut 1 0. Then 48 into 15 divided by 10. 48 into 15 we get 720. 720 by 10. Then cut this 0. Then 72. 72 is the number of minibuses. 72 number of minibuses are there. Next is how many in all. In a compound, there are 32 coconut trees and they form 50% of the total number of trees. Then how many trees are there in all? Here there are 32 coconut trees. These 32 coconut trees is the 50% of the total number of the trees. Then 50% of the total number of tree is the coconut tree. That the number is 32. Then find out the number of trees in all or total number of trees. Then 50% of the trees is equal to 50% can be written as 50 by 100. Then 50 by 100 can be simplified as 1 by 2. Then 50 divided by 50 we get 1. 100 divided by 50 we get 2. Then the fraction is 1 by 2. Then 50% of the trees is 1 by 2 of the 50% of the trees is equal to 1 by 2 of the trees. Then half the trees, 1 by 2 means half. Half the trees are coconut palms. And 50% of the trees means 50 by 100, which can be simplified as 1 by 2 of the trees. That is, half the trees are coconut palms. That is 50% of the trees, which is 1 by 2 of the trees. Then half of the trees are coconut palms and the total number of trees is double the number of coconut palms. Half the trees are coconut palms and total number of trees is double the number of coconut palms. So total number of trees is equal to double of the number of coconut palms. That is 2 into total number of the coconut tree is 32. Then 2 into 32 is equal to 64. Thus 50% of the trees is equal to 1 by 2 of the trees, half of the trees. Then half of the trees are coconut palms and total number of the trees double the number of coconut palms. So total number of trees is equal to 2 into 32. 32 is the number of coconut trees. Then 2 into 32 is equal to 64. Next problem. In the sub-district math fair, 60% of the children were girls. The actual number of girls was 108. How many children were there in all? In the math fair, 60% of children were girls. Then the total number of girls 108. Then how many children were there in all? Here find out the total number of the children in the math fair. Here the number of girls is 60%. That is 60% is written as 60 by 100. The 60 by 100 can be simplified. Cut these 1 0. 6 and 10 both are divisible by 2. 6 divided by 2 we get 3. 10 divided by 2 get 5. Then the fraction is 3 by 5. Then the number of girls is 60%, that is 60 by 100, which can be simplified as 3 by 5 of the total number of children. The number of girls is 3 by 5 of the total number of children. Then 3 by 5 of the total number is equal to, here the 3 by 5 of the total number is equal to number of girls. Here number of girls is given 108. There are 108 girls. Then 3 by 5 of the total number of children is equal to the number of girls, that is 108. From this, the total number of children can be found out. Then total number is equal to, here 3 by 5 of the total number. Then this 3 by 5 of is converted as 5 by 3 times. Here we already studied the part and times in the third unit fractions. Here 3 by 5 of, there is 3 by 5 part. Then here 5 by 3 times. This 3 by 5 part can be expressed as 5 by 3 times. Then 5 by 3 times 108. Here 3 by 5 of the total number is equal to 108. From this total number is equal to 5 by 3 times 108. That is 5 by 3 into 108. Then 5 by 3 into 108. Then 108 is divided by 3. 3 into 3, 9. Remainder 1. Then 18. 6 into 3, 18. Then multiply 5 into 36. We get 180. Then the total number of children is equal to 180. Here number of girls is 60% or 60 by 100, which can be simplified as 3 by 5 of the total number. Then 3 by 5 of the total number of children is equal to the number of girls is given 108. From this total number is 5 by 3 times 108, that is 5 by 3 into 108, which is equal to 180. Then total number is equal to 180. Next, the activities in the page number 142. First activity, 26 children of a class got A grade in an exam. It is 65% of the total number in the class. How many are there in the class? Here 26 children. This 26 children got A grade. This 26 children is 65% of the total number in the class. Then how many are there in the class, or total number of the children in the class is to be find out. Here 65% of the total students, which is equal to 26. 26 children of a class got A grade in an exam. It is 65% of the total number of the students. Then from this, total students into 65% can be written as 65 by 100 is equal to 26. Then total students is equal to 26 divided by 65 by 100. 65 by 100 is a fraction, then division by a fraction. Here we multiply the reciprocal of the fraction, that is 26. This divide is replaced by into. Then the reciprocal of 65 by 100, that is 100 by 60. Then 26 into 100 by 65. Here 100 and 65 both are divisible by 5. First is 65 divided by 5. 1 into 5, 5. Remainder 1, worth 15. 3 into 5, 15. Then 100. 2 into 5, 10. Then put the 0. Then 20. Here 26 divided by 13. We get 2. 13 into 2 is equal to 26. Then we can write 2 into 20. 2 into 20 is equal to 40. And 26 into 100 by 65, we get a 40. Then total number of students is 40. Next question. Jayan spent 8,400 rupees in a month for food. It is 35% of his earnings. How much did he earn that month? Here, Jayan spent 8,400 rupees for food, which is the 35% of his earnings. This 8,400 rupees is the 35% of his earnings. Then how much did he earn that month? Find out the earnings in that month. Here Jayan spent 35%. 35% is 35 by 100. This 35 by 100 can be simplified. Then 35 divided by 5, 7. And 100 divided by 5, we get 20. Then 35 by 100 can be simplified as 7 by 20. Then Jayan spent 35% or 35 by 100, which is simplified as 7 by 20 of his earnings in a month for food. 7 by 20 of his earnings in a month is equal to 8,400 rupees. 7 by 20 of his earnings is 8,400 rupees, which is given in the question. Here, from Giant's earnings is 20/7 times 8,400. Then 8,400 into 20/7. Then 8,400 into 20/7. Then cut this 8,400. 1 into 7, 7. 14. Remainder 1, then 14. 2 into 7, 14. Then put 2 0. And 12 into 2, 24. Then how many zeros? 1, 2, 3. 3 zeros. Then the amount is 24. Then Giant's earnings in a month is 24,000. Next question. 32 teachers of a school are male and they form 40% of the total number of teachers. How many teachers are there in the school? Yeah, 32 number of teachers are male teachers, which are 40% of the total number of teachers. 40% of the total number of teachers are male teachers, which number is 32. Then how many teachers are there in the school? Then find out the total number of the teachers in the school. Here male teachers are 40%, that is 40/100. Then this 40/100 can be simplified. This 1 0. Then 2, 4 divided by 2, 2. And 10 divided by 2, 5. Then 2/5. Then 2/5 of the total number of teachers are male teachers. Then 2/5 of the total number of teacher is the male teachers, which is equal to 32. The number of male teachers is 32. Then 2/5 of the total number of teachers is equal to 32. From this, the total number of teachers is equal to, here 2/5 of the total number. Then it becomes 5/2 times 32. Here 2/5 of the total teacher. Then from this, total teacher is equal to 2/5 of becomes 5/2 times 32. 32 into 5/2. 32 into 5/2. Divide 32 by 2. 1 into 2, 2. Remainder 1, 12 into 12. Then 16 into 5. 16 into 5, which is equal to, and 16 into 5, 80. Total number of teachers is 80. Next is side box activity, percent of percent. A man spends 20% of his earnings on education and 25% of this amount on books. What percent of his total earnings does he spend on books? Here man spends 20% on education and 25% on books. Then what percent of his total earnings is spent on books? Books is 25%. This 25% is what percent of the total earnings to be find out. Here 25%. 25% of books, that is 25/100 of 20%. 20% is on education. Then 25% of 20% of the total earnings. 25% can be 25/100 of 20/100. Then 20/100 into 25/100. 20/100. which can be simplified. This 1 0. Here 2 divided by 2 1, and 10 divided by 2 5. Then 1 by 5. 20 by 100 can be simplified as 1 by 5 into 25 by 100. 25 divided by 5, 5 divided by 100. 5 by 100. 5 by 100 is 5%. 5 by 100 is equal to 5%. And 5% of the total earnings on education. Okay, students, then we are going to wind up in the class. The remaining portion we'll discuss in the next class.